There's a system that massive solar companies are using today to generate thousands of leads without needing to door knock, hire more people, or any of those methods. And while most reps just waste their time trying to guess who's interested by door knocking and dealing with a ton of rejections, a ton of people that are not even interested or don't even qualify, the big solar companies are the ones that are generating all the results, and they don't want you to know this system. Because if you're new around here, my name is Andreas, and for the past 4 years, I've been the CEO of Python Marketing, where we specialize in helping solar pros just like yourself to step away from the daily grind of client acquisition. Right now, large solar companies are reaching thousands of homeowners by implementing systems, not by working harder, not by knocking on more doors, not by dialing more phones, but rather by having platforms that reach out to thousands of people at once. Because currently, if you're door knocking or cold calling, just ask yourself, if I needed to double my sales next month, what would I need to do? And most likely the answer is going to be working double as hard at least, or having to hire and manage more people, which of course has its own costs of time and money, but it's also just hard to find talent and retain them for such hard positions, such as door knocking and cold calling. So while the sales reps that have the traditional methods of generating leads, they're basically running on a treadmill, where the moment they stop is the moment that their entire lead acquisition system stops. If they go on vacation for a month, that's a month that there are no new leads that are going to be coming in, aside of course from referrals, but I'm talking about something a bit more proactive. While the guys that have systems implemented that reach people through billboards, radio, whatever you want to use, but systems that reach thousands of people at once, they can be on vacation and the leads are still going to be coming in and being delegated to closers or appointment setters to, one, secure the appointment, and then secure the lead. Because once you're on the treadmill of just trying to find clients through door knocking and trying to find clients through calling all day, it's hard to get off and to find another method that's going to work for you. Because most people start with these methods since they don't require any financial investment, and it's quite easy since you just have to go out there, put in the hours, and you'll get results. It doesn't matter if you fail for a month or a year, you didn't waste any money. You were just getting better at delivering the pitch or dealing with rejections. But once you get over those 4 to 5 deals per month, it's hard to scale to 10, 15, 20 deals by just working yourself. You either have to get leads from a company, you have to hire more people, or you have to work triple the hours. Since you only have the capability to reach one person at a time, you can only knock on one door at a time or ring one phone at a time. You always have to be ready to perform well. So if you're not feeling good that day, if you're sick, if you're on vacation, once again, no new leads are going to be generated. You can't just show up. You have to perform at peak efficiency, all of which makes the whole process super exhausting, because it means that you can't step away from your own sales process and you always have to be working at peak efficiency. You can't be tired. You can't have a bad attitude. You always have to be on the job. Otherwise, your revenue is taking a dip. Meanwhile, large companies are utilizing digital marketing, for example, to reach thousands of people at once. They're generating those leads and then passing them off to the team, to appointment setters to actually secure the appointment, or to the closer to just close the deals themselves. So while these systems work 24/7, these guys are the business owners. They don't have to do anything except the pieces of the puzzle together. They can then leave. Those leads are still going to be generated. Those appointment setters are going to be on the job, and the closers are going to be ready to seal the deals, which, as you can imagine, is a much easier process to run, both physically and mentally. Since the systems run at peak performance without any manual input, the ads that we make today are going to be running as long as we're pouring money onto them, which means we're able to reach thousands of people, once again, without needing to hire any more people. And the performance is going to be much better for this because of these two previous points than if we were to go out and do it all ourselves. With door knocking and cold calling and traditional methods, it's a guessing game of who's going to be interested or if they even qualify. With ads, you're reaching an entire city, an entire state, or even the entire country if you pour enough money onto it, of course, which means that you're reaching people constantly. And if your proposal resonates with them, they can click on the ad and qualify themselves. So you don't have to speak with anybody who's not qualified, and only take their information and try to set appointments and close the deals with them, which means that the only way that you can get ahead of these big solar companies and take control over your own acquisition is to generate your own leads with these automated platforms. Instead of being tied to the same method that you've been using for the past 2-3 years, which is door knocking, it's so much better to implement these automated platforms because you can invest however much you feel comfortable with. If you want to start out with $30, that's fine. You can generate at least a lead a day. Or if you want to spend $1,000 a day, that's also a possibility to reach even more people. This way, you'll control your own quantity and quality. You never have to rely on another company's leads to dictate how much you're going to make this month. You're going to get leads on autopilot because once again, these ads are going to be running 24/7. You don't need to do anything since they're reaching thousands of people at any given moment. And you can reach double that by just doubling the amount that you're spending on the ads, which means you can scale it up nationwide if you wanted to with just one acquisition channel, which would be social media, without needing to make any crazy effort. To generate the amount of leads that you can generate online via door knocking would require an entire army of people knocking every single day, which of course is tiresome to manage so many people, to retain that talent, so on and so forth. So the best way to go is to pick one of the online platforms. You can choose if it's Google, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you decide. But these are the platforms that have the capability to reach thousands and millions of people every single day. Just like I'm doing with this video, I only need to record it once and it can be potentially viewed an infinite amount of times. And it goes the same for your proposal. Instead of me having to give this presentation to each one of the people that watches this video, it just took me 10-20 minutes to record it to get the editing done. And that's it. I can set it and forget it. And it's going to be impossible to scale if you're not generating your own leads, because if you're at the mercy of what another company gives you, you're never going to be able to get your own quantity and quality 100% of the time. So buying leads of these companies that generate random leads and just resell them, or getting leads from your company, or having to hire a call center to generate those leads for you is always going to be a mistake in the long term. Because if you're here for the long term, for 5, 10, 15 years, you got to have your own system which literally generates what you ask it to generate. And if it's not giving out the results that you need, you know exactly what to tweak to get those results. And all of this, of course, sounds a bit complex. It's a lot of information. And that's why I've actually created the ultimate guide on generating solar leads. I've linked that down below. So go ahead and click that first link. It's the most valuable video I've ever created. So go ahead and watch that right away.